This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here goes the hot! Hot!
You got nothing. Check nine.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Keenum now to throw. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, it's Peterson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Shotgun snap for Keenum. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Paul Richardson, 65 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead. following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Prescott from the gun. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. Prescott on 1st down, sliding out of the pocket, and he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Draw play, Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 12. On 2nd and 12, Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Check 50.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now back to the ground with Elliott. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down. At about the 23-yard line.
30-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
From the 25 on second down, Keenum. Here's a screen to Powell. And he'll be out right at the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Off the play fake, Keenum. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And that's caught inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. They'll do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brendan Gaudin. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, Keenum. Out to the left here to Reed. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
Check back. 55. Silver.
Now Keenum again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. I like the occasional incompletion because I can go back and ask you more things. So we talked about MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. How about Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year that you see, Charles?
Well, it usually goes to a quarterback or a runner, right? And in this case, I'm going to go with the quarterback because he got the ball from game 1. That's Kyler Murray. He's going to put up big numbers in that offense, and I thought he looked pretty good in the first game against Detroit. On the defensive side, Devin Bush, the linebacker from Pittsburgh, got acclimated.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Keenum He will find Davis on the left side, complete.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the gun on third down, Keenum. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
It's a gain of 6.
Now, that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. He was trying to get it there to Vernon Davis, the tight end, and that'll bring up second down. Again, it's Keenum. And he comes back with one complete. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Keenum now, 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it first and 10. Again, they'll throw with Keenum. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Keenum to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
18 on the play. First down, Washington.
Keenum going to come up now first and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. From the red zone now, Keenum. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Terry Warren. Incomplete. Byron Jones on the cover.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Dustin Hopkins now for the Redskins field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
From the 17, Keenum off to Geis on the screen. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Keenum to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. The safety, Landon Collins, there to make the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think
and the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Montez Sweat coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
To throw is Prescott. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Again, Peterson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. A shotgun snap for Keenum. Catch is made. It's Harmon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Kill, kill, kill. Kill. Kill, kill. Hey, check.
They'll run with Thompson. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
It's on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Keenum now on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Check. Lucky.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. He pitches it. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Keenum to Thompson on the screen. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Jonathan Allen showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Looking to throw. Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Cowboys will go. Prescott flushed out right. He may try and run for this. But he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know, in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does, and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Heady
on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Prescott to throw it. Flush to his right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And this is caught at the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Prescott now. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Marr on for the extra point. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
65.
They run again with Peterson. Fights loose. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9.
Kill.
Hey, 52. Get hot. We're good.
A 10th carry now for Peterson. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Tressway now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Now Austin. Tavon Austin, he's going to go. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Six. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic. 26. I'm scared. Mike's 56.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly win the football game. The kick by Maher is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So a pressure kick there by the young man, and that should be enough to finish this one off.
Well, he's a second-year guy now, so he says, don't call me a rookie anymore. And I tell you, he's got a bright future in this league. And kicks like that are going to make sure he sticks around for a good long while.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this? And he will go down. the Cowboys sack. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The Redskins on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 14. One final try now for Keenum. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.